Hello everybody, welcome back to Mr. Poke Games, or Poke if you prefer. This is going to be, I'm going to move that farther away and see if that helps the audio at all. But this is going to be part 13 of our Tales of Arise playthrough. When we left off, the Reyes Alma was stolen from us after we beat the last lord, or I should say, technically he was the king, but we are as well, because we found out the main character here was an experiment basically made to be the next king, or ruler, I should say. And now we're kind of dealing with what I'd like to say is the post-game, though I'm not even sure the game's really over yet. So this may be the last part, and if it is, there will not be a Sunday video. But we will see. I don't know how long this is going to take. I don't know what's going to be involved. What I do know is that it'll be interesting. This place is beautiful. Hey, plot. Gotta love it.
Is something going on?
Sounds like it. Kisara wants us all to meet at the castle entrance. Taking in the view again?
Yeah. Looking at the scenery helps take my mind off things.
Like what?
Being a maiden. Whether I really am a descendant of Naori. Those kinds of things.
So, are you mad at me?
For what?
I destroyed the Reyes Alma. Right as you were about to get rid of your thorns forever.
Why did you destroy it?
When I saw it appear in front of me, it reminded me of what happened back on Lenegis. And the rest was... it was all just a blur. I'm sorry.
It must have been a pretty terrible memory. Besides, we don't know that the Reyes Alma actually was destroyed. For all we know, it might have disappeared with that red woman.
If so, then why are
Don't.
you...
It's okay. You brought me back. You got me away from Volron. That's enough for now. Let's get going. We shouldn't keep everyone waiting.
Kisara said she wanted everyone to meet at the castle entrance.
Well, it was the right move to go over here. Funny how I still have a food buff at this point. It's a pretty freaking big castle. Alright. Whew, that could have been bad. Just need to go to the main entrance. So, can I just...
Guess I misread the landing.
If all I need to do is go to the castle entrance, it should be fine if I just go out the front here. At least that's what I think. We'll see, though.
Hey, Shion.
Don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry. But if you come any closer, you'll only end up getting hurt.
Because of your thorns, you mean? Trust me, I've endured...
No, that's not it. You don't understand. Never mind. Sorry, just forget I said anything, okay?
If it isn't your thorns, does that mean there's something else?
It's just... It's nothing, really, okay? So you can stop asking me.
Okay. In that case, I'll see you up ahead, okay?
Plot, ladies and gentlemen. Plot. That's what that is.
Oh, it's you two. I suppose that makes me the last one, then.
We better get a move on or else we'll never hear the end of it from Kisara.
Right you are. A month has passed since we vanquished Volron. I would have thought that the Renans on Lenegis would have made their move by now. Yet they still remain as silent as ever. We have no idea what happened to Volron's body, nor its whereabouts. The Red Woman also has yet to reappear, for that matter. And contrary to what I had heard, when the Renis Alma formed, not 5, but 6 elements were present, with darkness constituting the 6th and final Master Core. Were either of you aware of this?
You mean about the Renis Alma? Of course not.
Same. I had no idea a Darkness Master Core even existed.
What about Shion's maiden powers?
No. That was the first I learned about that, too. Or anything about having that power.
Me too. I remember thinking the same thing.
What could it all mean, I wonder? There are so many questions with too few answers, particularly when it comes to that Red Woman and her abilities.
Were it any other ability that used astral energy, I'd say it was an astral art. But hers was... different.
Speaking of astral energy, we also mustn't forget that while the other Master Cores disappeared when forming the Renis Alma, for some reason the Fire Master Core remained. It may well have been the work of your maidenly powers. Alphen, are you still able to wield the blazing sword as before?
For now, at least. That Renis Alma sucked most of the energy out of the Fire Master Core, but it still has enough for me to use the sword.
And the sword is safe inside of me for the time being.
Good. At least that's one thing we needn't concern ourselves over.
You can say that again. We have more than enough to deal with as it is. Let's go.
Hey, wait up!
I heard we are all to meet at the castle entrance.
This is Ganya, who has a problem he needs help with. I was just about to ask him what that problem is.
All right, then. Well, tell us what's on your mind, Ganya.
I'm hungry.
You're hungry? Where are your rations? Did you not get yours?
I did.
Are they not enough?
No, I have enough.
Then what's the problem?
Alphen, you have to remember, these people aren't used to responding so quickly. Be slow and gentle with him.
Oh, right. I forgot. Sorry about that. So you have your rations, and it's enough food, but there's still something wrong with them. What is it exactly?
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I got that part.
Do your rations taste bad?
I don't know.
What's that supposed to mean?
I haven't eaten them, so I don't know how they taste.
Wait, if you're not eating them, then what are you doing with them?
Bringing them into the castle.
What? Why? Wait, back up. Are others doing this? Who told you to bring your rations in?
Everyone in my group is doing it. I don't know who told us to do it. They only said to bring the rations into the castle.
I'm guessing none of us told them to do it, or else we'd know, right?
I was afraid that something like this might happen. The people in this capital are slowly regaining their own wills, but not everybody is getting them back at the same rate.
Are you saying someone who got their will back sooner might be taking rations from other people? If so, that's a serious problem.
Definitely. This is something we can't ignore. We need to investigate the castle.
It seems like the people here still tend to blindly follow any orders they're given.
It's a reflex that was quite literally beaten into them. Undoing it will take some time.
I know it's not their fault they're like that, but it's still irritating to deal with.
Patience is key, ladies and gentlemen. Patience is key. It's a virtue for a reason. It's not always easy, but you know. Sibling whale have the shoulder regardless. It's an aspect of life. There's a lot of entrances we need to go through.
Are we really gonna search through this whole castle?
Oh, quit grumbling. This sort of stuff's old hat for us by now.
Yeah, you've got a point. But
It's not going to take forever, Law, I promise. Let's just do what we came here to do and get out.
hey, remind me, just what exactly are we all doing here?
What do you mean? We're helping people, aren't we?
Could have fooled me. Lately it feels like everything we're doing ends up half-baked. We liberated the people of Pelegion, but their hearts and minds are no less under the yoke than the day we found them. As for Volron's cronies, we have no idea where they scampered off to.
You think I don't already know all that? We're doing everything we can, aren't we? We didn't choose to get stuck here. Sometimes you have to play the hand you're dealt. Besides, you've seen all the same things I have. You know as well as I do that deposing the lords alone won't solve all the world's problems.
Rinwell's right. We've gotten this far, haven't we? We can't just leave things unfinished now.
I guess? I mean, I didn't think we'd be singing around the campfire as soon as the wall came down, but still.
The fight isn't over just yet. At least not while Lenegis remains a threat.
I'm just sick of all this waiting. If they're gonna invade, why don't they get a move on already?
Stop that! Don't you think we've got enough problems as it is without you tempting fate?
That's fair.
Spot something?
Oh, no. Just wondering if I could see any armored guards.
Armored guards? You mean Volron's soldiers?
The moment we defeated their lord, all those guys bolted out of there. And not just out of the castle either. The city, too. For better or worse, it was the guards who looked after the city's Dahnans. Without them, making Pelegion half-habitable again has been one big headache.
It's not like they were on their last legs. They could have chosen to stay and fight, but instead they ran away and disappeared without a trace.
But without a lord to follow, they can't have any place to go. Unless... You don't think they went to Lenegis, do you?
It's not completely out of the question. Though I'd say it's more likely they're biding their time somewhere, just waiting for the perfect moment to strike back at us.
The people here in Pelegion are nowhere near ready to defend themselves. Great. Another headache to worry about. Is it just me, or was today's dinner a little low on salt?
I felt that it was seasoned perfectly, so as to bring out the flavor of the ingredients.
Last taste buds are still like a kid's, so if his food isn't rich enough, I bet he doesn't feel like he's eaten anything at all.
Don't make fun of me. We all need salt in order to survive.
He has a point. You do lose stamina if you don't get enough salt in your body.
Yeah, I remember seeing people trying to lick the rocks back in Calaglia.
What? Why would anybody do that?
Sometimes you can find rocks out there that taste salty. They used to say it was because of all the tears we slaves shed.
Most likely, that was actually rock salt that they found. When our provisions ran low, Miguel would often bring some back for us to use. At the time, we used it because it's all we had. But now there's something hearty about rock salt I like. Even more than table salt.
Is it possible, perhaps, to find any rock salt in these parts?
It is. You have to know what you're looking for, but when I find any, I always break some up to refill our supply. The flavor even changes depending on what kind of terrain it comes from. Sometimes I end up collecting more than we need, just in case we like it.
Wow, Kisara's really serious about her salt.
You can always count on Kisara to be earnest. That's why we have to do our part and not add any more to her burden.
Sorry, I got an email, guys. Just taking a quick look. For some reason... We'll go back into the castle. Wait a second, I could just use this, can't I? Okay, I almost just went there unnecessarily.
Guess I misread the landing.
Very well.
Well,
Hey,
Pardon me.
What the hell? Do these guys not realize who we are?
doesn't seem that way. You must think we're just Danins from the town.
whatever's going on, these are Volron soldiers. Watch yourself.
Can you take it?
Hear my call! Where are you going?
Negative
Little finger!
Being interrupted.
Darling! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes. A merry
There's still more to go!
Volcanic impact. I mean, hey, it works.
carved through armor.
Lunar Blast! Vermilion Ranger! Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
It works.
Yeah.
Hey. Hmm?
don't say.
Well...
Well?
How?
Oh, wow!
So then,
I can't believe how quickly you got all those soldiers to obey you, Dohalim.
actually, they were abiding Renan hierarchy. Not me personally.
Well, either way, solve the problem, and that's what counts.
It's like, well, shit. Really wish I could just jump over. That would save me a bit of trouble. As my mouse and game just had freaked out when I was trying to walk. Fantastic. Alright.
Whew! I don't sense any more enemies.
This was running into the door for a second. Well, let's see what they have for us.
I've talked to the soldiers and made it clear that they are to remain in line. Things should stay calm for the time being.
I know Renans tend to take authority extremely seriously, but you sure know how to throw your weight around as a former lord.
I only managed to get through to them because Volron's curse is lifting, but not to the extent that they can act independently as of yet. Considering we had other matters to attend to for the past month, we should consider ourselves lucky that nothing occurred during our absence.
But if they do start operating independently again, that's going to cause a whole new set of problems to deal with.
Indeed. Ganeth Heros is unlike Menancia. Without intervention, they'll likely revert to oppressing the Danans as they were doing before.
Meaning there's still a lot of work to be done in this realm. Not that there aren't problems among the Danans, too.
Yes. There was no way to avoid the deep-seated conflicts that had festered here. But I just hate that we had to use your position as a lord to solve the situation, Dohalim.
Had I not intervened, yet more blood would have spilled here, and nobody wishes for that.
So, what's going to happen to the Renans here now?
Why do you ask?
We've stripped the soldiers of their armor and locked them up. They can't hurt you guys anymore. I promise.
So they're alive? They're not going to die?
What?
Those people deceived us. They did terrible, terrible things to us. They made us suffer. Long before you guys came along. For years and years and years. It was constant. Never stopped. Not even for a day. So many people died. Our parents, our children, our friends. They all died. They were murdered. And it was the Renans. The Renans were the ones who did it. They killed us. Why do they get to live after so many of us have died? The bastards should die. Every last one of them!
I know how you feel, Ganya. I used to be a slave, and I hated the Renans just like you. I took up the blazing sword to bring them down. But along the way, I've met many people and seen many things. People refusing the hand life dealt them. People who have lost loved ones, but are still trying to make this world a better place. People driven by hate who stopped before it was too late. And those who couldn't and paid with their lives. And I fought plenty of people who were all too happy to make others suffer. Believe me. But after a while, I came to realize that it's not the Renans who are our true enemies.
Then what the hell are we fighting if it's not them?
We're fighting against anyone who tries to take what doesn't belong to them.
But that's what these Renans are doing. How is that any different?
Because I judge everyone by their own actions. That goes for Danans too. Because at the end of the day, at the root of all evils committed is an individual who committed them.
You're right, Alphen. It seems like people are either blaming an entire race for one individual's sins, or an individual for everyone else's mistakes. But all that does is add more hate in a world that's already full of it. I want to help create a society where people can finally stop suffering and move beyond their pain. But if we try to do that with more violence, then we'll just end up right back where we started in the first place.
All right. Have it your way. I can't argue with the folks that helped us get back our ability to think and speak freely again.
Is that to say you trust us then?
I don't trust the Renans as far as I can throw them. I trust you guys because of who you are and what you've done.
Fair enough. We won't let you down, Ganya.
What's the matter, Kisara? Is something wrong?
Oh, no, nothing. It's fine, really. I'm just a bit worried about what'll happen to all these folks.
Right. It'll take time before they start thinking for themselves again.
Indeed, that is part of it. However, what I'm even more worried about is what will happen to them after that. What do you think they're going to want once they realize how cruel Volron was to them?
Probably revenge.
What happened to Ganath Haros is the worst form of oppression we've seen. But treated cruelly or kindly, slaves will rise up.
Lenegis aside, there are still remnants of Renan supremacists scattered throughout Dana.
You mean all that trouble we went through to get rid of the Lords might just lead to more violence? That's the last thing I want to see happen.
Of course not. And if we don't do something to prevent it all from starting up again, there could be even more bloodshed for us to regret. There's still a lot we don't know about the Renan rulers. Whatever the face of truth behind their veil, it's on us to put a stop to them. But there is one thing that's clear. Whatever we do to finally end it, our motives can't be getting back at the Renans, or it'll all be for nothing.
So, what exactly is it that you're saying? That we should just act as if nothing happened?
Law's right. We can't expect everyone to just forget all the pain they've endured up until now. Not so easily, at least.
But we have to at least try to change course. We can't just keep allowing history to repeat itself like this.
Exactly. Look, I won't deny that between the crown contest and 300 years of oppression, there's a lot of bad blood between the Danans and the Renans. But all these problems are just too big for us to try to carry the burden on our own. We'll keep doing our part in the interim, but we need to take this one battle at a time.
Huh. I didn't think there'd still be more for us to unlock. That's neat.
Glad that work's taken care of.
I don't think we're done just yet. I want you all to stick around a little longer. There might still be people who need our help.
When you think about it, thinking for yourself can be a heavy responsibility at times.
Yeah, it's not like your mom. Will only ever think about good, happy things for one.
Maybe so.
Where are you going?
Since when do I need your permission to move around?
I wasn't saying that you do. Though I'm not sure why you're biting my head off about it either.
Oh, that's so typical of you. How can you be so relaxed about all this? At this very moment, the enemy is doing who knows what behind the scenes. And yet we're just sitting here twiddling our thumbs in Ganath Haros.
I know that. But our hands are tied right now. What do you want me to do? And what's gotten into you anyway? Is there something you want to say to me, Shionne?
Look, you're right. Forget I said anything.
If I said something to hurt you, I'm sorry. But I honestly don't know what I said to upset you so much. I really wish you would tell me.
You don't need to apologize. You didn't say anything. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault. Not really.
Then why?
Please just drop it. I don't want to talk about it.
All right. If that's what you want, I won't push any further.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Just don't be too hard on yourself, okay?
So easy to tell that he cares about her, but you know.
I think someone's calling out for us.
They could have something they need from us.
Huh?
Well... yeah.
No way.
Huh? Got it.
We'll have a while before we need to worry about that.
Boomy! Boomy!
Heck?
No way! All right. Having to inform a mother her son died isn't an easy thing to do.
But if not us, then who? That's why we have to find her.
Oh, hey!
Seriously?
Hmm?
Well...
Well...
Huh? Huh?
That's just...
I guess...
Yeah. Law.
Yeah! Huh?
Oh?
Oh, wow! All right!
Glad that one was easy, not going to lie.
I wasn't expecting a thank you for that.
Maybe socializing with people is helping to jog his memory bit by bit. You did good, Law.
Thanks.
Alright, let's go ahead and look at our map here. We're just gonna start fast traveling. It'll save us so much time in the long run. Also for my sanity.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
There's an
Hey.
owl here.
If we find anyone who needs help here,
I know. We'll make sure to ask what's wrong.
Well... Hey! Got it!
Huh?
Not giving it priority. These are basically side quests. I see it right there.
Hoo! Hoo, 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 hoo. Hoo, hoo, hoo.
30.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
30 on the dot.
sorry.
Yes.
Ugh. All right.
That's
How
dark,
can she
man.
think of putting her son to rest as work? Because that's the way people were made to think about every aspect of their lives.
I know she doesn't mean anything bad by it. I know that, but
It looks like she went out of town to take care of her son's body.
That's a little concerning. There's Zoogles roaming around out there. We should follow after her.
Looks like we made it here in one piece. Yes.
What?
Ugh.
I'm afraid not.
I'm sorry.
Rick. Good.
Right.
That little speech you gave back there was pretty impressive, Alphen.
If you call letting your emotions get the better of you impressive, sure.
It made them stop fighting with each other, right? However you managed it, you knocked some sense into Rinwell and Dohalim, and that mother.
Yeah. I can see my decision to travel with you was well made.
Alright, so let's check out the quest that I have. These Terrapin Fists? No.
Out of our way!
Not in your dreams.
Didn't think so.
Dragon form! Elusive deity!
Dance
I'll
in the
face you
wind.
in a bind.
These ones can run rings around
Leave
us.
the chargers to me!
On your Dragon form!
Now, Bizarra, go for it!
Prepare to crumble! Water,
This
hear
one's
my
all
call!
mine.
Raging storm! Wow, hey!
You're finished.
Flame of fury!
Take that.
Burning strike!
Fear,
Crush with the earth! Dragon form!
Now, Law, get toasty!
Burn strike!
Take it!
Not a chance!
One more!
Well, that's a wombo combo if I've ever seen one. Let's get
Well,
moving.
am I improving?
Tremendously. The speed and precision of your aim is simply unmatched.
Okay, let's take a second. Arum Falls, Shinefall Woods. You know, honestly, I should check what's over here. But what is this? What's a wild boomy? That's another one I should check real fast. Enemy info. What the hell is a wild boomy? Oh! Arum Falls as well. Alright, so we go to Arum Falls and we will find both of these guys. Duly noted.
I had no idea you were watching me so closely.
Is it just me, or is anyone else peckish?
Alright, duly noted. I see where that is.
Is the blazing sword okay?
A little water's not going to hurt it.
Got a bad feeling about this one.
Me too. Better keep our distance.
42. What the heck?
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Okay, here I go.
It's a duel of the arts!
We got flyers.
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours.
Here!
Try this.
The fluidity of your movement is simply incredible.
Can't get out of this!
An astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down.
Dragon form!
Here I come!
Resonate with the earth!
Ready to go!
Plasma! Ignite! Dragon form!
Photon flash! Here it is!
Resonate with the earth! Dragon form!
Light after light! Magic
We really are wrecking this thing, though.
It looks like you got this one
Not
covered.
taking very
Let
much.
the marksman handle this.
You're mine!
Take this!
Here's raging
Stay calm.
Water
I shall provide
will never
assistance.
miss. In here.
Armor won't save you!
On your knees.
Mega ray. Here's lightning.
It's over!
All right. It's showtime. This swirl. Come out and back into the fray.
You're mine!
Reload.
Begin your
Permanent surrender.
Here I come!
negative gate!
Mega ray.
Resonate with the
Flame
earth!
inside me, yours to be let free!
Being interrupted.
Dragon swarm!
Benediction light.
Light astral energy. Raging cascade. Flame of
Dragon
fury.
swarm!
Burning strike. Dance to the wind. To the
Flame of
shadows.
chargers to me!
It's over!
Not in your dreams.
Scattering up In a bind.
By the power of water.
I'll smash you!
Can't it up. Whoa. Hey, one at a time.
Flame inside me, yours to be let free! Here I go!
Thrilling performance.
One's mine.
Dragon swarm!
What would I do without you?
I'll face you.
Hear my
Take
call.
this. Elusive deity.
Lightning orb. Lightning condemned. It's weakened. Thunderblow.
This ends now!
Lunar corruption.
Don't suffer in silence.
Shadow aqua. Shining supernova. Raging
It's over!
cascade.
Dragon swarm!
Elusive deity. Begin.
Freezing storm.
Debut performance.
Shattering
Oh my goodness.
steel. Ice
Resonate with the earth. Armor won't save you. Stalagmite.
Dragon swarm!
On your knees.
Crush!
Lunar corruption. Up and out. Let's go. Water. Lightning condemned. Here's a healing orb.
There's so many.
Flame of chargers to me!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down.
Dragon swarm!
Elusive deity.
Radiant light.
Not today!
Let the marksman handle
Dragon
this.
swarm!
Don't mind if I do.
Take this! Dragon swarm!
Radiant light.
In a bind.
You're finished!
Raging storm. Will this happen?
I couldn't make it in time. Negative gate.
Water, hear my call! I'll bring you back from
On
death's
your
abyss!
knees.
Resuscitation. Raging storm.
Ready? Resonate with the
Not
earth.
done yet!
Stalagmite.
Nope.
Radiant
Ricochet being brought back from the dead.
Everlasting dark.
Here,
Dragon swarm!
Negative gate.
I'm kind of unaware of when the recording cut off, but I'm just gonna hope for the best, not going to lie. I don't know what it is with Tales of Arise, but for some reason OBS fucking hates it. It just does.
Dohalim's fighting style is... what's the word I'm looking for? Subdued? No...
Do you mean elegant, perhaps?
Yeah, that's the word. For better or worse, you can definitely tell he's cut from posh Renin cloth.
And he's not just skilled with the staff either. He can also use astral arts, including healing ones. I can see how he made it to the position of a lord.
You flatter me. But my fighting techniques merely come from a style that aims to conserve energy by minimizing body movement.
Is that why you wait until the last second before you dodge attacks? To avoid unnecessary movements?
No, I do that to sharpen my senses. I find that doing so is an effective means of drawing out my innermost strength.
Oh yeah, I've noticed you look stronger and strike out with your rod more after you dodge attacks. Guess that's why.
Still, it's a risk. Don't you ever worry you'll dodge at the wrong moment?
Then, it'll be just as well.
Huh?
It's nothing. Let us continue.
Well, that's dark. Like I said, I don't really know when the recording cut off, but I think it got most of the important stuff at the beginning. Right now we're just doing quests for the inhabitants. And right now that means basically me going around and fighting some Zoogles. Still need to fight these. For the most part, I've completed all of one. Okay, I need to make my way over there to fight those. That's a group that I need to fight.
Is that the Zoogle we're looking for?
Oh crap.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Swordsman handled this.
Stalagmite! So you want me, do you?
This is gonna be a lot.
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to action. A merry distraction.
There's still more to go!
They got flyers.
I've got leave the enemy's art to me!
I can carve through no complaint here.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished. We've turned the tables on them.
There are still more left!
Right. No time to hold back.
You attack without mercy.
Because I can't afford to hesitate.
Not against a worthy opponent.
You fight better at it.
The further away, the better.
You and I both.
We're in good form.
Got some gold.
That looks like the Zoogle we were told about.
Go, 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 go! Run, 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 run! Be free. Ah, crap. Well, that's the last one that I need for the Terrapin Fist, so it's
Get
fine.
lost!
Here I come.
After this, we'll be done.
I shall provide assistance.
I'll also be checking the recording. I don't know how much I missed, but we'll just hope it wasn't that much.
No armor.
At the very least, I know I got all the story stuff in the beginning, which is the important stuff.
In a bind.
Dragon swarm.
Now, here I go, Helene!
I love this game for what it is, but I'm sick and tired of this game just cutting out my OBS.
There's still more to go.
Or maybe it's I'm pressing a button that's causing my OBS to just stop recording, but it's ridiculously annoying.
This one's
It
got
makes me
your
wish
name
I had
on
a
it.
clever monitor to monitor OBS, but I don't, and I don't have a big enough desk space for that at the moment anyways. But fuck, man,
Over
it's
so
annoying.
soon? Is that the Zoogle we were told to dispatch?
Damn it.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Dragon swarm.
Armor won't save you.
I owe you one.
This debt
Be careful, everyone. This one isn't normal. You're mine.
Flying freak. Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than
No,
done.
turn the tables
I'm
on.
ready.
There are still... Go for it!
Prepare to crumble.
Not a chance. Luna Rondo.
Begin.
Mirage.
Elusive deity.
Take the Dragon swarm. You're mine.
Astral energy! Hold on to your
Dragon
heart.
swarm.
Our superiority was undeniable.
It feels invigorating to dominate a battle.
I was certain I saw you yawn.
Come now, I'm certainly not that relaxed.
Alright, let's go ahead and head back. We've completed, at least I believe. Should be able to turn one of those in. We got the boomies and we killed the Ferrofins, whatever the fuck they're called.
We finally made it.
Yeah.
No. You did it!
Really?
Yeah.
What's gotten into him?
He says instead of making a Zoogle sign, we should be making a Hoodle sign.
He's feeling threatened by a rival.
That's cute. What is over here?
I think we've helped these people just about as much as we can. They're going to need more long-term aid than we can provide on our own.
You're right. We need to ask the other realms to send help, and fast. Another reason to hurry and find a way out of Ganath Haros.
Agreed. We'll start looking for a way out tomorrow. For now, we should spend the day resting up while we can.
What?
What's that noise?
Alfred, this is bad! Look at the sky!
Huh?
What the actual fuck?
What's happening to Rena and Lenegis?
It looks like Lenegis is transforming? But into what? What's going on?
How the hell are we supposed to fight the Renans if they're packing that kind of arsenal?
It seems they've broken their silence at last. My concern is that object they've dropped into the water. It's as if they're driving a literal wedge into Dana.
Not just into Dana, but her own resistance too. And what's with that beam of light coming down from above? Got any idea what that could be?
Astral energy.
Are you serious? All of that is astral energy? But that...
It's a lot for sure. Not even all the astral energy harvested by every lord combined compares to that column.
They're trying to squeeze every last bit of energy out of the planet.
But why? I thought they only needed to harvest astral energy as part of the crown contest.
Who cares? If we don't stop it now, the whole of Dana is going to be hollowed into oblivion.
Oblivion.
Do you think that red woman is behind this?
It certainly wouldn't surprise me. Just as the Sovereign, the Maiden, and all 5 Master Cores are gathered in one location, she appears out of nowhere bearing a 6th core. She then forces the two of you to help her assemble the Renis Alma. Just what kind of person is this woman?
You mean you don't know her?
Pardon?
She was there at your palace, wasn't she? I figured you knew who she was.
Are you saying I should be familiar with this woman?
Well, sure. I remember seeing her with you back at Adelina Palace several times. Everyone in the guard always wondered who she was.
Now that you mention it, I remember seeing her with Balsef, too. You saw her, right, Shion? Shion?
Oh, sorry, I drifted off. As far as I remember, the first time I saw her was when we ran into her in Pelagian.
Seriously? How could you two not notice her before? She sticks out like a sore thumb.
I guess I always figured she kept an eye on the lords for the Renin top brass.
You're sure you don't remember ever seeing her before?
I'm certain of it. My memory has never failed me.
But if it's not that, then...
We'll get to the bottom of this later. Right now, that wedge is a bigger concern.
Well, what are we gonna do then? We're not gonna be able to leave Ganath Haros until we come up with a plan, right?
Cyslodia lies beyond the northern mountain range.
Yeah, but we haven't found a single route through those mountains while we've been here. And we haven't gotten clues from any of the freed locals either.
Surely there must be a way through. This realm can't have been completely isolated from the rest of the outside world for 300 years. Volron may have simply sealed and hidden it.
Okay, then let's try asking the townspeople again if they know anything. Who knows? We might have missed something the first time around.
Sounds good to me. Better that than trying to build a boat from scratch. Let's start searching.
That must be Rena's true power.
I imagined there would be something, but not to this extent.
What's gonna happen now?
We ask around. Let's do what we can.
Hey, when that wedge dropped down on Dana, did anyone else see any weird lights shoot out with it?
Indeed. As I recall, it was 4 lights, each one a different color and going in a separate direction.
That's what I saw too. What were they?
Hold on. A lot just happened here, so let's take a minute. For now, let's focus on one thing at a time.
Alright, let's see if they can help us. Okay.
Where
Well.
are these Forland Mountains exactly?
Those are the mountains you encounter if you walk deep enough into the Lavtu marshlands.
I don't remember there being any sort of path like that around there.
It's possible we overlooked something before. It wouldn't hurt to look again.
That's the other path. Got it. Because there's another path up here, and that's the path that we missed. Got it. So what we need to do is we need to go back here and then just hang left. But by doing so, we should inevitably come across these mountains.
We've reached our destination.
No crap, they need to go this way. Just gonna hope that I can keep away! I don't feel like fighting you because I don't need to. And yes, I realize I didn't turn in that second quest, but it's fine.
Armored soldiers!
Some of Volron's former guards.
Let's take them out quick before things get messy.
Oh, glory unto Volron!
Lay down your arms and no one has to get hurt.
Silence! Traitors like you shall never walk free.
I knew you were stubborn, but you don't have to be so damn dramatic.
Can't get out of this!
Take this!
Water, keep through my call.
The enemy needs armor too.
You'll soon see about that.
Stay calm.
I shall provide assistance.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
My turn!
Armor won't save you!
Lunar corruption. Lunar blast. Get toasty!
Burn strike! You're mine! Ignite!
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. I'll be better.
Confiscated!
Damn.
I'm ready! Astral energy! Full throttle! A flawless victory! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Well, it did the trick, to say the least.
What's with the hole here? Is that supposed to be their hideout?
It doesn't look like it's freshly dug, whatever it is. Maybe it's the entrance to a path to Cyslodia. Everything all right?
Hmm? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Let's go.
My fists are crushing it out there!
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Alright, let's have them chase me. I would rather not fight them, because there's no point.
You've noticed it, haven't you?
Notice what?
I'm referring to Shion.
I never thought you, of all people, would come to me about her.
Yes, well, what concerns me has more to do with what machinations may be currently unfolding in secret on Lenegis as we make our way along this tunnel.
And you're saying it's related to Shion in some way?
Perhaps. She believed there was a good possibility that the Renis Alma may free her from her thorns. One would think after losing the Renis Alma, she would be more dismayed, and yet she isn't. Why? There's also the matter of the power that she inherited from...
You heard what she said. She didn't know about the Maiden's power.
Mere ignorance does not preclude her deep connection to the events unfolding around us. You recall when her thorns went rampant in Castle Delpharis. I've never seen dark astral energy manifest in such a way.
I thought you said all Renins had dark astral energy inside of them.
Correct. However, what Shion exhibited was far beyond what any ordinary citizen could ever possibly possess. And let me be clear. I do not intend to cast doubt on Shion, or her motives. Nevertheless, I cannot shake the feeling that there's more to all of this than what we currently know. Do you disagree?
He's right.
It's obvious that people used to go through here in order to get to the other realms.
You think Volron really did seal it off to keep it hidden then?
Seems like it. Those soldiers we encountered might have known about it, chosen to hide out here.
But with the entrance collapsed and exposed, they must have been forced to come out of hiding.
Oh my goodness.
Go no further!
Well,
I never miss!
I can carve through armor!
Let the march begin!
this could get messy, to say the least.
I can shatter any steel!
Not today!
Now!
Totally! In an instant!
Impact claw!
Fuck, that's dope.
Finely timed walk.
No escape!
Leave the enemy's arc to me!
Impact cross.
No place here!
Astral energy! Full throttle!
And
My turn!
They're all coming after me!
I'm coming, Rinwell.
I'm not scared. I'm totally fine. Ready to go!
as my headset's making beeping noises, you know what? Fucking Astros. Hopefully you guys are having a good day, good night, whatever it be when you're watching this. If you're watching this when it drops, then night. But if you watch this whenever, then I honestly was very surprised to see how well Tales of Arise did last week. So, despite my technical problems with this fucking game, I'm glad that it did alright. Because like I said, for whatever reason, this game fucking really hates OBS, or OBS hates it, one way or another. It's really annoying.
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
I wish I understood
I
why.
see supplies and other signs people were living here. Even Zoogle cages.
Definitely looks like this is where the remnants of Volron's forces hold themselves up. Yeah.
They were hiding in a place like this all along.
I found some equipment.
Let me take a look at it.
Well, just gonna collect that equipment and dip, because why fight a battle you don't have to? Dang it.
Let's see what you've got.
Here I come!
Freezing storm!
I can carve through armor!
Dragon Cow!
Are those arms natural?
Take this!
Heal!
Swallow Blade!
Hold on to your art.
Dragon
Now,
Swarm!
Law, get toasty!
Burn strike!
On my come now! Tear!
Lightning!
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Lunar Rondo!
Confiscated!
No,
Ignite!
I'm ready.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
New lures for fishing. Still suck at that, so I don't know the next time I'll try doing fishing in this game, but you know. It's better to have it than not. There's a map actually. Oh, sheesh! Let's not fucking deal with that. I saw them right fucking next to me.
The design of this equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen.
Well, at least it shows you has a high affinity for these things. Let's constantly check OBS, man.
How much do they have to steal from us to be satisfied?
What's that thing's purpose anyway? Some kind of siphon that sends the astral energy the Lords harvested to Lenegis?
Not as far as I'm aware. That said, it has become evident since the forming of the Renis Alma, as well as other recent events, that my insight may be thin. I would, as I believe the saying goes, take what I say with a grain of salt.
Dohalim.
At the very least, I believe we can assume that whoever is pulling the strings behind the scenes has had this in the works for quite some time.
Why's that?
The people on Lenegis may have plenty of resources at their disposal, but not even they could prepare something like that in a mere month. Something of that magnitude takes considerable time, as well as a predetermined goal in mind.
Then what was the crown contest for?
At this stage, I think it was but one step in the greater scheme we see unfolding before us. What that scheme is exactly, I haven't a clue. For now, I believe we should keep moving. The path continues. It's quite possible it will take us all the way to Cyslodia.
Agreed. Let's keep moving.
So Shion's thorns are dark astral energy.
Rinwell. Are you worried about Shion?
Of course I am. But I don't know how to talk to her about it.
You and me both.
Tell me, Alphen, wherever did you learn how to wield a sword?
I was wondering the same thing too, actually. I'm guessing you knew how to fight before you met the Crimson Crows, right?
I used to be a soldier who served a Dahnan master. I never saw the guy's face, but I still fought for him because he was my employer. Looking back, it wasn't all that different from being a slave.
A Dahnan master? That must have been before the Renans brought you to Lenegis 300 years ago.
You must fight using real Dahnan techniques then.
Really? We used to have our own sword arts?
There's a lot of our own history we've lost since the Renans first invaded. It's not all magic and art. I'm sure it includes things like sword styles too. It's incredible and also a little surreal to see those arts still survive after all this time.
Not only that, but I first learned these moves while serving one ruler, only to end up turning my sword on the ruling class altogether. Pretty ironic when you think about it.
I apologize if I dredged up unfortunate memories for you.
Nah, we're good. It's in the past now. All we ever did in those days was stir up trouble.
You're using those skills for a good cause now. It's not all bad.
I suppose this is what people mean when they say that every cloud has its silver lining.
Exactly. He's using those sword skills to make the world better. Could be a lot worse.
True enough. I will stop worrying about mentioning it then.
No wonder we couldn't manage to find them. They've been holed up here all this time, hiding.
The remnants of Volron's forces. You think they were planning an ambush on Pelegion?
Possibly. Then again, knowing how blind their devotion is, maybe they were just waiting.
Waiting? For Volron, you mean?
Even though we already defeated him? But yes, I suppose you're right. For these guys, that would just be a technicality. They act more like worshippers than subjects. They're probably still in denial that he was overthrown in the first place.
Either that, or they were biding their time until the next crown contest. Either way, their allegiance is to their lord.
Who they're convinced and expectant will return. So in the meantime, they wait patiently in preparation for the day that he finally does. That's way more than just loyalty. It's no less than total subjugation.
I bet the whole of Dan is losing its mind right about now.
And just when we'd finished liberating all the realms. So much for things getting somewhere close to normal.
It's too calculated. As if whoever's behind all this was watching us.
The people of Pelegion seem pretty unfazed given the circumstances.
They've yet to get the full range of their emotions back. Maybe it's for the best. Can you imagine the panic otherwise?
Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to leave. That's for sure.
Whatever Lenegis is planning, it's a fair bet this wedge they've sent down is just the beginning.
Even now, they're stealing away Dana's astral energy as we speak. Come on. We don't have much time.
Oh, wrong way. My bad. My bad! Frickin' red demon looking dudes. Which means this is the path I need to go. Oh crap. I dodged it! By the skin of my teeth, I dodged it. Run! 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 I almost dodged it. Whatever. Not the end of the world. Man.
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Yeah, that is not worth it. That is not worth it.
It sure got cold all of a sudden after we passed the peak.
Law.
Yeah, we're getting close.
I don't know when it happened, but we sure are hauling a lot of stuff these days.
I was just thinking the exact same thing. Glad to hear I'm not the only one.
We should probably clear some stuff out. Like our old weapons we're not using anymore. They must be in pretty bad shape by now.
No way. Those are still good as new with a little polishing. If anything, I'd say all our armor is what's weighing us down.
But that armor's also still good once you fix it up. Besides, better to have too much armor than too little. You can trust me on that one.
Well, what about all these dumb old antiques we're lugging around? If we sell those off, that should lighten our load.
Simpletons such as yourself who can't appreciate the true worth of such things is how precious art vanishes from history.
Pretty art's not gonna save you in a fight, man.
Stop it, you guys! This is no time to...
All I really meant to say is, you can tell how much we've been through by everything we're carrying around. Honestly, that's all.
Oh.
My deepest apologies. It appears that I may have rather overreacted.
Yeah, I guess it's only natural we'd have so many souvenirs by now. I might have been out of line too.
I guess all this stuff really is a sign of how far we've come together.
Yeah, every little piece is its own treasure, filled with memories.
Mm-hmm. Pretty sure that was just ore, but yeah, sure. Yup, and it worked. Dang it. Wow. There was more than I thought. Not going to lie.
I'll smash you! Dragon Swarm!
Your wing won't save you from me!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Come on, let me move, damn it.
Easter!
Leave the enemy's arc to me!
No complaints here! Not a chance!
Be saving this one!
Luna Rondo!
Nothing gets
In a
by
bind.
me.
Luna Rondo!
Who wants to die next?
Resonate! I'm ready! We've turned the tables on them.
There are still more left!
Right. No time to hold back. Dragon Swarm!
Lightning! Sleep now! Hear me! Do it! Xion! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Well, some way to do it.
Now you see what I can do!
Far enough!
Do it!
Tornado Drive! Luna Rondo!
Supernova!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Well beyond overkill, but it works.
With your flames and my technique,
We're stronger together than we are apart.
I want it.
Coming through.
Not today! Dragon Swarm! Dragon Swarm!
Wait, I heard the beep. I think that means the recording might have cut out. No, it's still there. It's still going. Good. Alright. Just had to make sure.
Dragon Swarm!
I'm literally looking for any sign that I can possibly see or hear when I'm recording that's causing it to cut out. I have no idea. And I wish I did.
Turn the tables on them.
There are still more left!
Right. No time to hold back. You're mine!
Lightning can
Mirage! You're mine!
Where are you going?
Crush! The
In a
flame
bind?
inside me yearns to be let free. You picked the wrong fight.
I'm ready! Dueling! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes. A merry distraction.
There's still more to go!
I'll smash you!
Far enough!
I'm ready!
Dueling! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes.
That'll do it.
That was way stronger than regular firepower.
You won't hear me complaining. My word, this must be the work of Providence.
Prava what now?
It means destiny. I think it's a bit of an exaggeration, though.
Awakening Pebble. Now, another mystery area, right? Frozen Valley.
We made it to Cyslodia.
We need to get that bridge down somehow.
It looks like we can control it from our side. Let's take a closer look.
Are you okay, Law?
Hmm? Oh, fine. Just thinking. The past is a real downer. And that's why I'm focused on what's ahead of me. You?
Yeah. I'm going to stay the path. As long as we're all together, I know we'll be all right.
Same here. Now let's get moving.
Oh, good. We can cross through here.
Stop! Who goes there?
My name is Alphen. We're not your enemies.
Did you say Alphen? Slap me silly, it really is you!
Forgetting someone?
Rinwell! Oh, glad to see you're doing okay.
What are you guys doing out here?
We're patrolling the realm. Never thought I'd bump into you all on my rounds, though. Heck, enough of me, though. What's going on up in the sky? Feels like the world's gonna end.
That's what we're trying to figure out ourselves. And as it happens, got a big favor to ask.
I had an inkling that's why you'd come back. As soon as I saw you in the distance. So you beat all the lords, huh? Damn, you really must be a hero.
I just did what I had to. So can you send anybody to help Ganeth Harros?
I think we can help out. I'll hit up the other resistance groups and rustle up some support. I doubt they'll have a problem with sending people once I mention it's you who's asking.
Thanks. If you guys can help out, that'll give us a chance to do something about that wedge out in the ocean.
Yeah, I think that's something only you guys can handle. Speaking of which, that thing's out in the middle of the ocean. How do you even plan on reaching it?
By boat. We're about to go look for one.
No rest for the weary, I see. Hey, what happened to that mask you used to wear?
It's a long story. Let's just say I lost it.
I sure never expected to run into Bregan.
Cyslodia's probably in good hands with him.
Yeah. Now we can focus on finding a ship.
It's freezing.
It's always like this in Cyslodia.
Menancia was most fortunate, I see.
Alright, Alright, let's go ahead and just go through the areas here. Hmm. don't even know where to go, to be honest. I think this isn't a bad place to end this part off. Part 13. Because we're probably at about an hour and a half, going towards 2 hours. I don't feel like this is too bad. We've made a lot of progress, story and otherwise. Maybe lost about 15 to 20 minutes in the recording, to be honest. I did not know, nor could I help that even if I wanted to. But let's go and get rid of these.
A boat, huh? Where are we gonna find one of those? It's not the kind of thing people just leave lying around.
Especially not Renans. For an Imperial power, they never have shown much interest in maritime expansion. Still, I dare say there should be the odd small vessel here and there.
All well and good, but that structure's slap bang in the middle of the ocean. A fishing boat won't cut it.
Let's just try to find one that won't sink us halfway out, yeah? Not that it needs to be a huge galley like Almadria's or anything.
Just as well, since we've passed, let's see, literally 0 huge galleys.
All I know is we have to reach that thing in the ocean. Anything that might work, I say we try it.
We'll get through these
Thanks
first.
to Bregan, it seems like Ganeth Harros should be in good hands, at least.
I wonder who they'll send to look after things. It'll be someone from one of the other resistance organizations, no doubt.
They could do a whole lot worse than someone like Doc. A knowledge of medicine would go a long way there.
Wait, do you mean the old guy back in Calaglia? Ganeth Harros would be one hell of a trek from there. He'd have to get here first.
My brother's old second-in-command, Legiel, would be a perfect fit, too. Pity she'll probably still have her hands tied up with work in Menancia.
Mahag Sar will be the same story. They won't have the manpower as it is, let alone enough to start exporting it.
Man, everyone's still struggling to get back on their feet, huh?
Knowing Bregan, he'll probably take things into his own hands. He seems like the kind of guy who enjoys a challenge.
Thinking back on it now, though, it does kind of make you realize just how many people we've gotten to know in each of the places we visited.
That's true. And each and every connection we forged is priceless. Anyway, we can trust Bregan to take care of things from here. Come on, let's focus on the task at hand.
Something's eating at you again, huh?
I don't know if I would say that. I mean... Actually, I guess I do have 1 or 2 things on my mind. My people, we lived in hiding, so we never really experienced the full extent of Renan oppression. Not directly, anyway. After Almadria killed my mother and father, though, I guess that's when I started hating them so much. The Renans, I mean. But then I think of all those people who were born into slavery. The ones who never even got angry in the first place because it was all they ever knew.
I hear you. Every city we've been to, it's the Resistance that gets labeled the troublemakers for having the guts to do the right thing.
When it comes down to it, sometimes I wonder which of us really has the better way.
You can't let your anger eat away at you, Rinwell. But then again, losing your parents that way... Hell, who could really blame you for it if you did? I guess what I'm trying to say is... sorry. Hell, it's hard putting this stuff into words.
No, I get it. You're saying that grief and anger are different than hatred. I never thought of it like that. But hearing you say it, it makes sense. Thanks, Law.
You're welcome?
He is blushing! Alright, that's more plot, but... Anything else? Any more? No? Alright. Well, for my own sanity's sake, just gonna do that. We're gonna move on. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. If you like it, you want to support the channel, subscribe. Even if you're just passing through, every little bit helps. Going towards 200 on my channel, that's fucking crazy to me. Considering in January we were not even close to 50. So, that's nuts. But hey, let's go for it. Let's see if we can hit it. I don't don't know. I feel like that'd be kind of crazy. I'm going to keep doing things on my end as I've always tried to do, but thank you. As always, leave a like, comment down below what you thought. Any and all support's appreciated. This is Mr. Poke Games, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Take it easy.